Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to another 30 Days on Fire video blog. So I had an incredible experience today that I wanted to share. This morning I woke up and it was so rainy and dreary, and it was the perfect day to lay in bed and do nothing. And I knew that was exactly what I would do if I didn't force myself to get up and get out of the house. Try as I might to trick myself into thinking I can get work done cuddled up under the sheets, not gonna happen. So I got up, worked out, came home and showered, didn't wash my hair if you can't tell, and then packed up my bag to go to one of my favorite coffee shops here in Atlanta. It's called Sip the Experience, and they have the best chai tea latte I've ever had. So I was sitting there doing some work, well, actually I hadn't done any work yet, sipping my drink and doing some people watching, when one of the most interesting looking people I've ever seen came in and sat down not too far away, right across from me. He had long gray hair and was covered head to toe, including his face, in beautiful, colorful, vibrant tattoos. He was wearing this bright, colorful dress. He had this amazing presence that kind of drew me in, and I could catch myself staring and eavesdropping on the conversation he was having, and just totally entranced by his magical appearance and evident confidence. It was a little distracting. I was having a hard time working. I wanted to know more about him and his story. So I sat there, I finally did some work, finished my drink, had taken a picture of my latte, of course, when he stood up and hugged the person he was talking to goodbye and walked over to my table. And I started to get really nervous. I thought, what if he saw me taking the picture of my drink and thought that I was taking a picture of him? I mean, he's this incredible looking person, like no one I've ever seen before. I'm sure people take his picture all the time. I was so nervous. I had no idea what he would say. He walked right up to me and said, "Can I ask you a question?" And I was like, oh God. I was about to blurt out, "No, I wasn't taking a picture of you, I promise. I think you're incredible. I think you're magical. I could stare at you all day," in like a nice, non-creepy way. I was thinking all those things, but I just said, "Yeah, sure, what's up?" And he said, "Were you taking a picture of your drink earlier?" And I thought, oh God, here it comes. He's gonna ask if he's in the background, and then he's gonna try to sue me or something. And he said, "I think it's so beautiful that you're inspired by just everyday surroundings." It was the nicest compliment. He could have made fun of me for being the most basic white girl in that entire cafe. I showed him the picture I took, and he said that he was a photographer and he thought it was a great shot. For some reason, this small interaction totally made my day. Here's this man who, on the outside looking in, could not be more different than me. We talked for a little while longer, and then he said goodbye and left. It was a tiny, random act of kindness, but it meant so much to me. And I was flying high for the rest of the morning just because he'd come over and said hi and noticed that I was taking an interest in my picturesque coffee. Isn't that an awesome story? We could not look more different or presumably lead more different lives, but we connected over this silly picture of my latte. In a time where there's so much hatred in our world, I thought it was a true sign of community, and it meant a lot to me. So as silly of a story as it may be, I want to encourage all of us to strike up a conversation with a stranger who looks different, or spend a little extra time talking to the person next to you in line, or any other of the hundreds of random acts of kindness we could do every day. So that's my thought on day 9 of 30 Days on Fire.